The outfit she chose, a pastel sundress with a cinched waist and a pair of kitten heels, made his legs look impossibly long. A spritz of vanilla perfume added the final touch. When Ethan turned to the mirror, Elise stared back in full bloom. "I can't." He shook his head, both shocked and breathless. "I actually look like you were always meant to," Riley finished, grinning. They tiptoed down the stairs, laughter bubbling from Riley as she teased him about his cautious heel steps. Jason was still asleep, sparing Ethan the embarrassment of a second reveal. At the front door, Ethan froze. His heart pounded against his ribs, palms slick with sweat. "This is insane," he whispered. Riley slipped her arm through his, giving a reassuring squeeze. "Insane? Maybe. But unforgettable? Definitely. Come on, Elise. The world's waiting." And before he could stop her, Riley swung the door wide open. The warm breeze hit him, carrying the scent of blooming flowers and distant traffic. For the first time in his life, Ethan stepped outside not as Ethan, but as Elise. And with that single step, the ground beneath him shifted forever. The drive to the mall felt like the longest ride of Ethan's life. Every time he caught his reflection in the car window, his heart jolted. Elise stared back at him, composed and radiant, while inside Ethan was a storm of nerves. Riley hummed along to the radio like nothing unusual was happening. "Relax, Elise," she said casually. "You look incredible. People will just see a girl shopping with her sister." "Stop calling me that," Ethan muttered, though his voice was weak. The name Elise clung to him like a second skin. Riley shot him a sideways grin. "Your blush says otherwise." The mall parking lot bustled with families, couples, and groups of teens. As they stepped out of the car, Ethan's legs wobbled in the kitten heels. Shoulders back, smaller steps, Riley coached softly, linking her arm through his. "Just breathe. You've got this." Walking toward the glass doors, Ethan felt every nerve in his body light up. He expected stares, whispers, pointing fingers. But nothing. People walked past without a second glance. Inside, the cool air conditioning brushed against his bare legs, making him shiver. Shoppers hurried about, absorbed in their own lives. No one looked twice. For the first time, Ethan's fear cracked into awe. "They really think I'm just a girl." Riley tugged him into a trendy boutique, racks of dresses gleaming under bright lights. "Let's get you something that's really yours," she said, holding up a sleek emerald-wrapped dress. "Try this." In the fitting room, Ethan slipped it on, his breath catching at the way it hugged his frame. The mirror reflected a tall, slim girl with striking eyes and soft curves, thanks to Riley's careful patting. "Wow," he whispered. When he stepped out, the sales clerk's eyes lit up. "That looks amazing on you, sweetheart. Perfect for your figure." Ethan froze, stunned. "She thinks I'm a girl." Riley smirked, whispering, "Told you." As they checked out, a boy about Ethan's age lingered near the register. His eyes flicked nervously to Ethan, then he stepped closer. Hi," he stammered. "I just wanted to say that dress looks really pretty on you. It, suits you." Ethan's heart skipped a beat. His mouth went dry. Was he being flirted with? Before he could respond, Riley swooped in smoothly. "Thanks, but she's not dating right now." She winked at Ethan as the boy blushed and shuffled away. Ethan's pulse thundered. The compliment both thrilled and terrified him. Someone had looked at Elise, not Ethan, and seen something worth admiring. Hours later, bags in hand, they sank into the food court. Ethan picked at a salad, still replaying the boy's words in his head. "Pretty. Suits you." He glanced at Riley. Did he really think I was a girl? Riley finished, sipping her drink. Of course he did. You passed without breaking a sweat. Ethan looked down at his painted nails, his sundress, the delicate way he sat without thinking. For the first time, he admitted it to himself. Elise didn't just look real. She felt real. And a part of him didn't want to let her go. The shopping bags piled in the back seat, and Elise, sank into the passenger seat, her heels kicked off and tucked beside her. Her feet ached, but the thrill of the day buzzed through her veins. Riley glanced over, grinning. "Not bad for your first outing, huh?" Elise let out a shaky laugh. Not bad? I didn't get caught. No one stared. Someone even. She trailed off, heat rising in her cheeks. Even flirted with you, Riley finished, smirking. Face it, Elise, you're a natural. The name rolled off Riley's tongue so easily, and every time she said it, Ethan's defenses weakened. Elise. The girl in the mirror. The girl who'd walked through the mall unnoticed, admired even. Don't get used to it, Ethan muttered, though his voice lacked conviction. As they approached home, Riley suddenly turned the wheel in the opposite direction. Wait, where are we going? Ethan asked, startled. Riley's grin widened. You didn't think I was done, did you? We're making a quick stop. 10 minutes later, they pulled up in front of a sleek salon with big glass windows. Inside, stylists in black aprons buzzed around clients, the air filled with the scent of shampoo and nail polish. Ethan's heart plummeted. No, absolutely not. We are not going in there. Riley killed the engine and turned to him, her eyes gleaming. Elise, you've come this far. You passed a whole mall without anyone batting an eye. This is the next step, the full treatment. Hair, nails, maybe even a proper skincare routine. You deserve it. Ethan shook his head furiously. That's too far. Makeup is one thing. Clothes are one thing. But a salon? That's permanent. Riley softened, placing a hand over his. It's not permanent. It's just care. Every girl deserves to feel pampered once in a while. And you've earned it. Ethan stared out the window, panic and longing at war in his chest. A week ago, he would have laughed at the idea. Today, he wasn't so sure. Finally, he whispered, if they find out I'm not. They won't, Riley interrupted. Trust me. To them, you're Elise. That's all they'll see. Minutes later, he found himself seated in a plush salon chair. The stylist, a cheerful woman named Marissa, draped a cape over him. What are we doing today, ladies? She asked brightly. Riley answered smoothly before Ethan could open his mouth. Soft curls for my sister, please. And maybe a manicure to match her dress. Something light, feminine. Marissa beamed. Perfect choice. You're going to look stunning, sweetheart. As the blow dryer hummed and brushes tugged through the wig, Ethan closed his eyes. The gentle pampering, the way the staff spoke to him as if Elise were the only truth, it was intoxicating. When the manicure came, he chose pale pink with glittery tips, almost without thinking. By the time they left, Elise's reflection in the salon window sparkled with polished nails, styled hair, and glowing confidence. On the drive home, Riley stole a glance at him. So? Still think it's just a game? Ethan hesitated, staring at his glittering nails in the sunlight. A lump formed in his throat. I don't know anymore, he admitted quietly. Riley smiled knowingly. That's okay. You don't have to know yet. Just enjoy being Elise for now. And for the first time, Ethan didn't argue. Because deep down, Elise was starting to feel less like a disguise and more like a part of him that had always been waiting to exist. By the time Riley and Elise pulled into the driveway, the sky had turned a warm orange, streaked with fading sunlight. Elise clutched the handles of her shopping bags like shields, her polished nails glinting under the glow. I can't go inside like this, she muttered, her heart thudding against her ribs. Riley smirked. Why not? You look incredible. Own it. But Jason's home. What if? The front door opened before she could finish. Jason stood in the doorway, stretching after what must have been a long nap. His eyes landed on the two of them, then on Elise. For a split second, he didn't react. Then his jaw dropped. Jason stepped closer, blinking hard. Wait. Hold on, is that Ethan? Elise froze, wishing the ground would swallow her whole. She braced for laughter, teasing anything that would shatter the fragile confidence she'd built. Instead, Jason's lips twitched into a grin. No way. I don't believe it. Dude, or, sis? You look insane. Like, actually good. Ethan's cheeks burned. It's not, this isn't, I didn't want. Riley cut in, arms crossed, grinning ear to ear. Don't blame me. Elise agreed. And as you can see, she's killing it. Jason's eyes widened as he caught the name. Elise? Riley shrugged. What? It suits her. Jason scratched the back of his neck, still staring. I mean, yeah. Weirdly, it does. Instead of mocking, Jason leaned against the door frame and smirked. So, what's the plan? Are we gonna pretend this never happened, or am I getting a new sibling? Ethan blinked, stunned. You're okay with this? Jason shrugged. Why wouldn't I be? You've always been my best friend. If dressing up makes you happy, then who cares? Honestly, you've got better legs than half the girls at school. Not fair. Ethan nearly choked. Jason. But beneath the embarrassment, a strange warmth spread through his chest. Acceptance. Jason wasn't teasing to hurt him. He was teasing like always, like nothing had changed. Later, after Riley left them alone, Jason nudged him with a grin. So, Elise, huh? You're really pulling it off. Like, I'd never guess if I didn't know. Ethan lowered his gaze, his voice small. It's just an experiment. Riley's idea. Jason tilted his head. Yeah, but you don't hate it. I can tell. You kinda like it. The words struck deep. Ethan opened his mouth to deny it, but no sound came. Jason's knowing smile softened. Hey, it's cool. You don't have to explain. Just don't hide it from me, okay? Ethan's throat tightened. For the first time, he didn't feel like he was standing on trial. He felt safe. That night, as he lay awake in bed, Ethan replayed Jason's words over and over. You don't hate it. You kinda like it. And the truth gnawed at him. Jason was right. He didn't just not hate it. He wanted more. The next morning, Ethan padded into the kitchen in his usual hoodie and jeans, trying to shake off the strange dreamlike quality of the past 2 days. But Jason was already at the table, sipping cereal with a sly grin. Morning, Elise, he teased, his voice dripping with amusement. Ethan groaned, dropping into the chair opposite him. Don't start. Jason raised his eyebrows. What? Can't help it. You seriously pulled it off. Better than I ever thought possible. Ethan muttered, it was just Riley's idea. It doesn't mean anything. Jason smirked knowingly. You keep saying that, but the way you looked in the mirror yesterday said otherwise.